Last time on the RWBY reaction.
This is my wife, Terracotta.
Why?
Nice to meet you. Why, hello.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan, the voice behind ThatKaitoDan, and welcome to my reaction for RWBY Volume 6, Episode 8, Dead End. But before we get started, as always, please make sure you are watching the episode first through the official sources and roosterteeth.com to support the show, and make sure you are doing so before you watch my reaction or anyone else's reaction as well. Please support the show, especially as we're nearing the end of this volume. So yeah, we're now into really the deep end. Well, no, I wouldn't say the deep end just yet, but we're starting to get into the final arc for the volume now that the gang is at Argus. Last week was tons of fun with the reuniting of the teams, all the stuff going on with Jean's sister and the absolutely adorable family that Saffron's got. And it definitely put us onto an interesting path with Team RWBY being locked out of the Argus base. So there's definitely going to be some interesting conflicts there. Maybe Winter is there, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But speaking of conflicts as well, the thumbnail is teasing the long-anticipated backlash between Jean and, well, Oscar, but it is supposed to be through Ozpin, but given his current situation, it's going to be through the farm boys. So I'm very looking forward to that confrontation. That's something that I think will be extremely good for both those characters, Jean and Oscar. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this one. So let's just get straight to it, shall we? Okay. 3, 2, 1. And we're starting off at the base.
You didn't even hear us out!
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed. Please,
they look like penguins.
Have a good day.
But...
A good day!
Hey, if you don't want to believe I'm friends with Ironwood.
General Ironwood.
Oh, Jesus Christ, these guys are...
General Ironwood, then fine.
Very animated, I would
White
say.
Schnee with us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
Kind of obviously you got White Schnee.
Approach!
If we hadn't already had Dee and Dudley, I would have said that these two are the Tweedledee and Tweedledum of RWBY. It's clearly Weiss. What do you have to even look for? And again, they look like penguins with the way their hats beaked.
You may speak with our commanding officer. We will fetch her at once.
Well, at least you got there in the end. So, is it Winter or is it... Atlas, Atlas, Atlas.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh.
What's wrong?
Well, I may know this commanding officer.
Oh, okay.
That's good, isn't it?
So it's definitely not Winter
If
then,
she's
it's
your
someone
friend,
else.
Then maybe she'd be more willing to help us.
Let's see who it is then.
Exactly call us friends.
Oh, yeah.
Acquaintances?
Not quite.
This is gonna be interesting then.
Enemies? That's the one.
What?
Yay!
Yes,
I'm
come
enemies.
here about once every 10 years to get my eyes checked up in Atlas.
Oh, that makes sense.
I cashews on one flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list for life.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Oh, Maria's a delight. I
Let's
love her
not
so
give up
much.
hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
Damn the cold! Damn Maria.
Special
Okay.
operative, Caroline Cordovan.
Caroline Cordovan. Huh? Is she small? Yeah. Whoa, that's a pretty cool design. Yeah, she's about the same height as Maria. Again, the old lady being small trope.
She devil.
Lovely.
I see you've chosen larger contraband to smuggle this time.
Ooh, I love her voice.
Gordo, you know they say time
Very
changes
official.
people, but I see you've still got that stick right up.
This is a children's show.
My name is Ruby Rose, and I was wondering if you would hear us out about...
I've already heard what your
Oh,
other little
great. She's a
friend
stick
had
in the
to
mud
say.
as well.
Miss Rose. What are you doing back here?
I told you we wouldn't rest until you let us know!
Nice to see you again as well.
You
Oh, Nora, I love you.
capable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in Argus.
She's a typical Elysian thickhead.
Slowly, with smaller words. This base, that relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from
Oh,
the
no.
glorious kingdom of Argus.
She's got a Napoleon complex
And it
as
is
well.
my duty to uphold them,
Oh,
as only
God.
I have the wit and tenacity for such a task.
I am not gonna...
Such tenacity!
There's so many
The
jokes I
Atlas
can
just
make.
wanted to get you as far from the kingdom as possible.
I would not be surprised if that's true.
Argus ingrates. This city wouldn't even be here if it weren't for our Elysian ancestors. And what do we get in return? The entire world is
Oh
ready
my
to put a
God.
knife to our throats.
Please, we know you
It's nice to
can,
actually
and
have
we
a
need to follow
military
Eden.
force that's this
We were
much of a
there.
dick.
No one's happy about the Atlas
Because we don't get that from James
Ironwood
Ironwood and Winter.
Worried. It's why
They're
we need
actually
to
some of the
follow-
decent
Shadow
folks
is
in
no
Atlas.
Coward. Atlas is strong. Before the kingdoms plan to make us their enemy, then so
Oh,
be it.
Jesus
Atlas
Christ.
will prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
And people
You guys
wonder why
seriously
Atlas is
do
seen
that?
as so negative.
If Mishni has truly come to her
Ah,
senses
that fake
and
smile.
wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home. But the kingdom will
yeah.
not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
Oh, and she's a
What's that
racist
supposed to
too.
mean?
It means
Lovely. Damn. So she's got a Napoleon complex, she's a racist, and she's not letting
Her
them
face looks
help
like
out.
a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
God bless you, Nora.
Don't, Weiss. I told you we wouldn't leave your side for a second. We'll find a way to Atlas.
Good on you, Ruby.
Together.
Keep them strong. Keep their heads up. And you might want to do something about
So,
Crow.
Where are we going now?
Yeah, what's the plan?
The plan? The plan just got shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Crow.
Uncle Crow, I really think we should
Someone
try
really
come up with
needs to
something.
help him out. Something needs to
Together.
snap him out of this. He needs an intervention
Wrong.
bad.
It's not your fault we can't go on.
If he's gonna be a jerk, then we'll just come up with something without him. I mean, we've got Ozpin with us. He usually knows what to do.
Oh boy, here we go.
What is it?
Ouch. Yep, this is gonna be interesting.
Nothing.
That's not true. Really? Because it sure does sound like it.
Even Nora's pissed.
Salem can't be killed. Then how are we supposed to win this?
Ruby Silver Eyes. My theory about Oscar's semblance, maybe? But they need to figure it out.
Great plan, everyone.
Jesus.
Look, none of this is great, we know. But we're not the bad guys here.
Are we sure about that?
And the music's tensing up as well.
He's in
Oh
your
boy.
head, isn't he? Did
Oh,
you already know about this?
John.
Know any of it.
Take it easy, boy. Take it easy.
Trust him.
John!
How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
Oh, no. That's not the kind of stuff you want to say right now to Oscar. Good on you, Ruby. But, oh, God. He attacked his actual identity as well. That's not the thing. You can tell he looks guilty about it as well. Jeez. I mean, I understand why he's feeling this, and it's completely relatable. I would feel the same if I was in his position, too.
Is he gonna be okay? I don't know.
But that last thing he said, what if it's really...
If we
what-
had some time to ourselves.
He questioned if Oscar is actually Ozpin himself. That's not the kind of thing that Oscar needs to hear right now. When he's questioning whether his own life is his own.
use some space.
Jeez. Remember all the happy times last episode with Saffron's family and all the cute baby stuff and all the cute sibling stuff? Yeah, let's just throw that out the window for some angst.
Come on.
Oh, this is actually
please.
pretty. With the butterflies.
Where are you?
Can't blame you for getting
No,
frustrated,
I
Ruby.
came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry.
We gotta get Silver Eye stuff.
The others went to get food
This is
for
the best
dinner.
time for it, with these
Why
two
not
here.
go with them?
I don't know. don't know anything. What do I tell Jean and his team when we don't even have a plan? The crow's out drinking, Osmond hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him. And there's always Jin, but we only
the
have
wind
one more
chimes.
question we could ask her.
Yeah, it's a lot that you
I feel like I'm letting everyone down.
you need to figure out, Ruby. All of you do.
You know, you don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good on you, Maria.
That wasn't a compliment.
Oh.
What?
If I have to explain it to you, it'll just defeat the purpose.
This setting looks
But
so
if you're
beautiful.
tired of
I
not
love
knowing
it.
anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
Silver Eye stuff! Silver Eye stuff!
I'd be honored.
About time.
Down for Pete's sake.
Okay, time for a little bit of history.
Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
Not much.
Silver-eyed
Jack and
people
shit.
are supposed to be legendary warriors
One.
or something. And at the Fall of Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Wyvern.
Oh boy.
Kevin!
Look, if I already knew everything, I wouldn't be asking for help.
Yeah, we are kind of struggling for
Ellie.
information here.
It's not your fault. I had my father to teach me.
Ooh.
And even he didn't have all the answers.
Was he a silver-eyed
But
warrior?
what he told me makes sense, given what I've seen.
That's interesting then.
Was
Our first
your
male
husband
one.
too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day.
That makes sense.
I only knew him as an old soldier and an excellent teacher. I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours,
Oh, cool.
but I scored higher on the license exam than any other huntsman or huntress that day.
Damn, you were a badass, weren't you, Maria?
Must have been proud.
Aw.
He would have scolded me for showing off.
Aw.
He'd never been able to find much information about our abilities. Just legends of warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors.
Music in this
reflecting the
scene.
light of the world onto darkness. He found so
I'm getting
little
chills.
that it made him cautious.
Ah,
How
okay.
could such powerful bloodlines be so rare?
Yeah,
Unless something was actively seeking
yeah,
to destroy them.
Salem. And her lot.
Salem.
Hmm.
I tried to keep my powers a secret. But as you know, it wasn't enough.
That's why she became the Grim Reaper, with the mask and
I
her
owe my life to
persona.
my training and my semblance.
Ooh,
At
semblance.
the end of the day,
Are we gonna hear that as
those
well?
are still your most powerful tools.
Wonder
is
what
your
it is.
semblance?
Yeah, what is it? Tell us, tell us, tell us. Ooh.
Preflexes. A silly name I
Preflexes?
came up with.
Ah.
Hard to explain, but I can sense everything better than most and react to attacks almost before they happen. Combine that with my
So,
training
kinda
and
like
secret
Spider-Man
ability to
with his
turn
spider
Grim to
sense.
stone, or blind them, or
Ah,
vaporize
that's
them.
interesting.
And that's how you become the Grim Reaper.
Damn. Maria is
So-
pretty badass.
How do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
Ow.
You stop thinking like that.
I got bonked on the head recently by a car
I want you
boot
to
door.
think
I know
of all
that
the
feeling,
times
Ruby.
you triggered your powers. What did those moments have in common?
She was trying to protect people.
Was scared and stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional.
Red
but
like
more
roses.
focused than that. Think. What is it you wanted?
Oh.
I wanted to protect my friends.
Yeah.
Precisely.
So it's a
It is the
protective
desire
power.
to preserve life, which fuels the light inside you.
This
And
music.
It is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least,
Feels
an
so good to
enemy
finally
of
get some info on
destruction.
this.
The creatures of Grimm were made by the god of darkness,
Mm-hmm.
but your light comes from his brother.
How do you know
So
that?
it comes from the god of light.
I always
Okay.
knew how to use the light.
We were wondering
but
where
never
it came
why
from.
It only worked on the Grimm. Then Jin showed us her vision. Were you paying attention?
Huh? So some. Oh! That's where it came from!
Light.
Oh, I'm an idiot! I'm an idiot! I didn't catch that!
Okay.
Oh, I feel so upset that I didn't catch that!
Not here.
I thought it was just the
The light
transformation
will only
light!
work in the presence of Grimm, Maybe
Okay.
The only practice you'll get will be a trial
In
by
battle.
fire. But what
Ah.
you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it.
Okay.
Don't
Focus your
think about
zen.
your light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the people of Remnant.
This will be the day.
That can't be right.
Oh.
You said the light only reacts to Grim, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
She doesn't know about Cinder's grim
Perhaps
parts.
there was something that you just
This
weren't.
music, I'm loving this music. Hats off to the music team. You guys have done phenomenal work with this episode.
What's going on?
What's up?
It's Oscar.
Oh.
He's missing.
Oh shit. Yeah, I can understand that. And that's how it ends. Oh damn. Oh, that's gonna be tense for a few people I know. Miraculous Corazon is gonna be freaking out now for the next week or so, trying to figure out what happened to poor Oscar. Oh, okay. So that was a good episode. It's not the most bombastic of episodes, though that makes sense because we're still very early on in this arc. We've only just got to August. We got plenty of more episodes for some more intense stuff to happen, but we still had a lot of good in this, I would say. The biggest one for me is the fact that we finally saw Team Juniper's reaction to all the revelations recently. And we got the expected result. Jean getting upset, attacking Ozpin through Oscar, and even attacking Oscar. And that's one thing that obviously has led to this thing now where Oscar's ran away. He attacked his identity. He said something along the lines of, how do we even know if Oscar is Oscar, or if it's not just Ozpin lying to them again, as acting as another persona? Obviously, that's not the case, but Jean, in his emotional and frustrated state, said something that is gonna really cut at Oscar, because he's been questioning his own stability of his life. He's wondering if he's just going to be another notch in the belt of Ozpin's many lives. That comment, no doubt, really struck at Oscar's core, and that would explain why he's run away. So that's going to be interesting to see future developments between those two. If Jean will ever apologize, he probably will. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next with Oscar, and maybe this will be a chance to explore his character a bit more and see what's on his mind, because we've not seen much in terms of like his thought process on himself and everything else. Most of it is being explored when we were first introduced to him, and then kind of focused on other stuff in the meantime. So I think it'll be good to catch up on his current thoughts, his mindsets, on what's going to keep him moving forward, if anything is moving him forward, or if there's some regrets that he has. I imagine he has a ton of regrets. But yeah, that was a really good scene, especially the stuff at the end with the cliffhanger. The introduction of, what was it, Caroline Cordovan. I quite like her. She's a bit of a mix mash of the kind of known staples of the negative side of Atlas, with the big egos, the pride, the boasting and bravado, and a huge Napoleon complex as well for Caroline. I love her banter with Maria, and that one line that Maria said, maybe she's dead. Maria's just been one of the highlight characters for me in this volume. But yeah, I quite liked Cordovan as a kind of new take on someone in the Alice military being an antagonist, because we've got Ironwood, who, even though he has done some frustrating and bad things, they are well intended. And Winter is Weiss's sister. She's a huge bright spark and one of the few decent people from Atlas. So adding in someone like Cordovan at least gives us a sample, if you will, of the kind of people that the gang's gonna have to get used to seeing a lot when they do finally get to Atlas. So I'm appreciative of that, and it makes sense for why we're going to be stuck in Argus now for the while, trying to get through the roadblocks and all that. And then probably like the scene of the episode, I would say, is the stuff with RWBY and Maria finally getting some clear-cut information, or at least a bit more information on the Silver Eyes. And for our first dive into it, I really enjoyed it. We got the suggesting that Maria's father was also a silver-eyed warrior, so that means it's not exclusive to women, and it could even be hereditary, since we got Maria and her father, and then RWBY and Summer. So that'll be interesting to see if it is hereditary or not. We got some reasoning for why the information is so rare, just because they've been hunted down. We understood why Maria took up a Grim Reaper persona, so she could protect her identity even when she was using her powers. And the big thing that I'm still super frustrated that I didn't catch on the first time through, the God of Light being the source of the power because of the transformation scene that we saw when he destroyed Grim as he turned into the dragon. I just thought it was the power of the transformation that blasted away the Grim. I just thought it was some godly power, but no, it turns out it could very well be, and this seems to be the case, the Silver Eyes. He even had Silver Eyes, where I think, just off the top of my head, I don't think the God of Darkness had any different colors to his eyes. I think it was just all purple. So yeah, I'm kicking myself that I didn't catch that, especially because I usually want to grab those little details. But yeah, full credit for slipping that one through, RWBY. And overall, again, this was a really good episode. Not one of the strongest ones, just because of the tepid pace as well. And I say that not to sound insulting to it. It's a very good episode, and everything that it aimed to do, I think it accomplished perfectly. So in terms of some of the other episodes, it's probably not going to be as well remembered, but I think it should still be very much appreciated, especially in the visual department and the audio department. I didn't see who was the voice of Cordovan, but I loved her voice actress. I loved the performances from Jean and Maria, and Nora and RWBY. There was a lot of strong performances, and the music, especially in the scene with Maria and RWBY, with the remixes of This Will Be the Day and Red Like Roses, phenomenal. Easily some of my favorite music tracks already. I'm gonna have so much fun listening to that in full in the future as well, if they are part of the OST. But yeah, I've rambled on a lot for this episode, and again, I thought it was really good. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe and bell buttons to make sure you get every new video from me as they drop, and follow me on Twitter for more on all things RWBY related, as well as updates on future content and more. But until next time, have a good day or good night, and peace out.